A single crossing point on a Dutch river determined the destiny of an entire continent. The Battle of Arnhem, which unfolded in September 1944, was a desperate Allied gamble known as Operation Market Garden, a strategic masterpiece planned to accelerate the end of World War II. This audacious undertaking involved a combined airborne and ground assault aiming to seize a series of crucial bridges in the Netherlands, ultimately securing a path 64 miles deep into Germany itself, bypassing formidable defenses like the Siegfried Line. The most distant and vital objective was the Arnhem Bridge, a structural marvel spanning the lower Rhine River in the city of Arnhem, often called the Strategic Jewel. British 1st Airborne Division, composed of 10,069 men alongside Polish 1st Independent Parachute Brigade, with 1,600 men, were tasked with securing this final bridge from the sky. However, intelligence failures meant these lightly armed paratroopers landed directly into the path of the refitting German 2nd SS Panzer Corps, a force of two powerful divisions, the 9th SS Panzer Division and the 10th SS Panzer Division. These veteran German units possessing tanks and armored vehicles were a completely unexpected and overwhelming obstacle. Colonel John Frost and his 2nd Parachute Battalion, a unit of approximately 740 men, managed to reach the northern end of the Arnhem Bridge and establish a tenacious defensive position. For 4 intense days and nights, this isolated battalion, numbering roughly 600 after initial engagements, withstood incessant attacks from German forces, fighting without proper supplies or reinforcements. Their courage was legendary, but their numbers dwindled rapidly, facing multiple panzer attacks and artillery barrages. Meanwhile, the main body of the British 1st Airborne Division became bogged down in fierce street fighting within Arnhem itself, suffering heavy losses and failing to break through to reinforce Frost's men. Communications broke down and critical supply drops intended for the British were frequently misdirected, falling into German hands or unreachable locations. The division eventually consolidated into a small and shrinking defensive perimeter in Oosterbeek, a village west of Arnhem. The ground element of Operation Market Garden, the British XXX Corps, faced its own brutal struggle, advancing along a single narrow road dubbed Hell's Highway, which was repeatedly cut by German counterattacks, delaying their progress significantly. Despite immense bravery and a staggering human cost with many thousands of Allied casualties, the Arnhem Bridge could not be secured. After 9 grueling days of continuous combat, with no relief in sight, the remaining 7,998 men of the British 1st Airborne Division were ordered to retreat across the Rhine River, abandoning their positions and leaving behind many dead and wounded. The failure to hold this one strategic bridge meant the entire Operation Market Garden did not achieve its objectives, extending the conflict in Europe by many months, possibly even a year. This pivotal location became infamously known as a bridge too far, symbolizing the tragic close call that altered the war's timeline forever. 10,000 young lives vanished into a Dutch autumn mist. The Battle of Arnhem proved a costly lesson in overambition, a truly tragic climax within Operation Market Garden, a grand strategy that envisioned a 64-mile push deep into German territory. This bold Allied plan in September 1944 aimed to seize one crucial bridge over the lower Rhine River, its strategic importance undeniable, a structure often called the Strategic Jewel. British 1st Airborne Division, with its 10,069 men together with the Polish 1st Independent Parachute Brigade, comprising 1,600 men, were dropped from the sky, their mission to hold this vital crossing. They faced a brutal reality, a completely unforeseen German presence in the form of two powerful SS Panzer divisions, the 9th and the 10th units equipped with tanks and armored vehicles refitting in the area. Colonel John Frost and his 2nd Parachute Battalion, a brave unit of approximately 740 men, initially secured the northern end of the bridge. For 4 intense days and 4 brutal nights, this isolated force, now reduced to roughly 600 valiant defenders, fought an almost impossible struggle. They endured relentless attacks, a constant barrage of enemy fire, without resupply or reinforcement. Their desperate stand against overwhelming odds became a powerful testament to human courage, but their numbers dwindled rapidly under the pressure of multiple panzer assaults and crushing artillery. Meanwhile, the main body of the British 1st Airborne Division was locked in savage street combat within Arnhem itself, unable to break through to reach their besieged comrades. Crucial communication channels collapsed, turning a coordinated effort into isolated pockets of resistance. Vital supply drops meant for the British fell into German hands or landed in inaccessible zones, exacerbating the dire situation for the beleaguered paratroopers. The division eventually formed a shrinking perimeter in Oosterbeek, a village west of Arnhem, their hopes fading with each passing hour. On the ground, the British XXX Corps struggled along a single narrow route infamously known as Hell's Highway, their advance repeatedly stalled by cunning German counterattacks. 9 grueling days of continuous combat marked the end of this audacious gamble. The Arnhem Bridge remained firmly in German hands. 7,998 remaining men of the British 1st Airborne Division were ordered to withdraw across the Rhine River, leaving behind countless dead and wounded. This single failure to secure one bridge meant Operation Market Garden never achieved its primary goals. The war in Europe was prolonged by many months, possibly even an entire year, a staggering cost for what was hoped to be a swift victory. This pivotal location truly earned its somber title, A Bridge Too Far, a harsh reminder of the fine line between daring ambition and devastating defeat. Thousands of families felt the crushing weight of this outcome, a direct consequence of intelligence oversights and the unforeseen resilience of a desperate enemy. The memories of those 9 days echo a stark historical warning. Europe's freedom delayed by months, its price paid in further blood for countless additional lives. The Battle of Arnhem became a haunting symbol of overreach and devastating loss, a pivotal moment that altered the course of the Western Front. 9 crucial days of fighting in September 1944 saw 10,069 British paratroopers alongside 1,600 Polish paratroopers dropped into a hornet's nest. Their mission to seize the strategically vital Arnhem Bridge failed spectacularly against 2 unforeseen SS Panzer divisions, the 9th and 10th operating with over 15,000 men. This single failure had ripple effects, extending far beyond the Netherlands. The Allied High Command's hope for an early end to the war before Christmas 1944 vanished. Instead, the conflict raged on for an additional 7 months, until May 1945. This meant hundreds of thousands more casualties on both sides across the entire European theater, costing perhaps another 500,000 souls. The crucial deep thrust into Germany was stalled, requiring a painful regrouping and new strategic approaches for the spring campaigns. Operation Market Garden's initial goal of opening a 64-mile corridor to the German industrial heartland was thwarted at its final and most important choke point. The Rhine River remained a formidable barrier for an extra half-year, delaying the final push. Instead of rapid advance, the winter months brought the brutal Battle of the Bulge, a German counteroffensive that cost over 80,000 Allied casualties, mostly American troops. This diversion of resources and manpower could have been avoided had Arnhem been secured. The human toll was immense, not just the 7,998 British airborne survivors, but the untold millions impacted by a prolonged global conflict. The eventual crossing of the Rhine in March 1945 during Operation Plunder involved 1,300,000 Allied troops, a far larger and more deliberate undertaking than Market Garden's daring gamble. The Arnhem failure taught a bitter lesson in intelligence gathering and logistical support, underestimating a desperate enemy's capacity for resistance across multiple fronts. The war's end finally arrived, but only after immense additional sacrifice, a direct consequence of that one bridge too far and its profound legacy.
This sacred image was the focus of the Akitu New Year Festival, a 12-day ritual drawing many thousands of devoted citizens. Intricate irrigation networks extended for scores of miles encircling the city, feeding immense agricultural regions. These fertile lands yielded many thousands of tons of vital grain annually, supporting the vast populace. Daily life demanded sophisticated water management systems employing dozens of miles of terracotta pipes. Ingenious engineers designed complex siphons and aqueducts, ensuring fresh water reached every single district. Thousands of expert artisans contributed to the city's splendor, crafting exquisite glazed bricks, intricate jewelry, and ornate furnishings. Each individual brick used in the construction of palaces and temples bore royal stamps ordered by King Nebuchadnezzar II around 600 BC. Sumerian and Akkadian cultural traditions profoundly shaped the city's art, law, and literature for many hundreds of years. Schools educated young men in cuneiform writing, arithmetic, and ancient epic poems. Hundreds of dedicated scribes maintained vast archives detailing critical trade agreements, land ownership records, and royal decrees. Merchants journeyed for hundreds of miles across harsh deserts and winding rivers, exchanging precious goods like fragrant cedarwood shimmering tin and beautiful lapis lazuli. The city served as a vital nexus for trade routes, extending for hundreds of miles in every direction. Its bustling markets thronged with many thousands of people every day, buying and selling goods sourced from far-flung regions. The legendary Hanging Gardens, a true wonder of the ancient world, necessitated lifting millions of gallons of water hundreds of feet daily. This botanical marvel was sustained by a complex chain pump mechanism powered by many strong oxen. Architects utilized millions of baked bricks and thousands of tons of bitumen for its construction. The inner city walls were 23 feet thick, while the outer walls measured 11 feet thick, rising to an astonishing 300 feet in height. This ancient metropolis represents an unmatched zenith of ancient urban planning and architectural innovation, truly one of mankind's greatest achievements and a testament to generations of dedicated builders.
This was due to the bank's willingness to look the other way for decades. This extraordinary situation sparked urgent calls for greater global transparency. It also demanded stricter enforcement of anti-money laundering regulations worldwide. This aimed to prevent future, similar massive financial scandals. Several nations proposed new legislation within 2 years of the leaks. Over 50 high-level executives faced internal reviews. The stock market reacted negatively, showing a 25% drop in value. International organizations started collaborating more closely. They shared financial intelligence between over 150 member states. The legal battles continued for over 5 years in multiple jurisdictions, including Switzerland, the United States, and Germany.
Now the inflow of funds dwindled to a trickle, making it impossible to satisfy the surging demands. On December 10th, 2008, Madoff confessed the entire deception to his sons Mark and Andrew, admitting that his investment business was one big lie. This revelation led to their reporting him to federal authorities the very next day, December 11th, 2008. Madoff was arrested on the morning of December 11th, 2008, at his penthouse apartment in New York City. He was charged with 1 count of securities fraud, a monumental turning point in financial history. The entire fraudulent edifice, built on fabricated trades and fictitious returns, crumbled under the weight of its own unsustainability. There were no actual assets to liquidate, no genuine investments to sell to meet the demands of his desperate clients. The $65 billion that investors believed they possessed represented principal plus invented gains, a stark reminder of the illusion's scale. On March 12, 2009, Madoff pleaded guilty to 11 federal felony counts, admitting to running the largest financial fraud in history. These charges included securities fraud, wire fraud, mail fraud, money laundering, and perjury, among others. The sheer scope of the betrayal impacted over 37,000 individuals, directly through feeder funds, and countless others, indirectly across the globe.